Hi, welcome back. Kenny Martin here, and this is Talking Pictures. In this series, we look at my favourite pictures that have been shot over a 40-year career in portrait photography. And in today's shot, which I've actually just printed off, because a picture ain't a picture till it's printed, there's a picture here of Felicity Furore, and Felicity is a burlesque performer. And she was a model at photo training overseas, PTO, which was held in Lanzarote. This is way back, I think, in around about, oh, do you know, I can't even remember, but it's a good few years back, maybe 2016 or something like that. And my daughter, Natalie, was teaching sales at that particular conference, and I was doing a lighting workshop. At the end of the workshop, we started off in the studio environment, and then we went into window light and daylight and using projectors that we found around the place. And then for the last 10 minutes, we went outside and I took a picture of Felicity in amongst all the brollies and the people hanging around the pools, one of the pools. And I wanted to try and get something a little bit different. Now, you see a lot of pictures which are taken with off-camera flash. But you know what? There's never any context to them. They always just seem to be like technique for technique's sake. So I decided I was going to try and do a little bit of like a cameo, like a little tableau, to try and build up a wee story here. And kind of the thing was that Felicity was going to be this kind of glamour model from maybe the 50s or something. And these are our bodyguards all round about her here. And I had that in my head anyway, and I had this 10 minutes to try and set this up and quickly shoot it. Now, of course, what we've done is um, we've used high-speed sync on the trigger. It's what high-speed trigger on Elinchrom, and it's shot with an Elinchrom Ranger flash, which has got I think it was a snoot on it, or certainly a directional light on it. Which is lighting up, of course, just Felicity. So originally, when I took the meter reading, I took the meter reading for the highlights on the face of quite a strong sun. And the reading that I got at 100 ISO, I've got it written down here, was 125th at f16. That's taking it from the highlight side towards the sun, 125th at f16. And then what I've done is I've introduced the Quadra Ranger, which is back up here, pointing directly down at Felicity here. And I've set that to f16 as well. Decent, powerful lights, the Rangers. And then what's happened is I went from 125th of a second and I've went down to 1,000th of a second, or up to 1,000th of a second, which means that she's going to be perfectly exposed, but everything round about the scene is going to get dropped by a few stops, a couple of stops, couple of f-stops, which makes these guys still visible, but very dark, but really pops Felicity out of the scene, which is exactly what I was trying to get. Now, I have to say, there was a few... Because I only had 10 minutes, I didn't have time to set it up like a proper set, so I had to do it, just shoot it and then worry about it afterwards. So there was a few messy bits in this particular picture, and it's only been recently with the kind of advent of the generative fill in Photoshop, it's really made it an easy job for me to take a lot of this away. And there was one thing I didn't take away, and I wish I had taken it away because it's absolutely killing me now. And I have actually now taken it away, but not for the print, and you'll see it right here, right now, is this brolly here. She should really be in an area of uninterrupted darkness. You know, when you're taking shots like this on location, the one thing you should be looking is certainly getting the kind of head and shoulders in an empty area and nothing cutting through it, whether it's a wall, whatever it may be. In this case, it says Brawley. So you'll see by the picture here that I've actually taken it away now and it looks a lot better. But I still absolutely love the picture. I love the fact that these are actually hotel guests that are just lying here. And I said to them, guys, just ignore me. Just keep reading, doing what you're doing. And we'll end up getting an amazing, amazing image. These guys here were actual delegates on the workshop in Lanzarote. And we just kind of made them into the bodyguards for Felicity. I really love doing off-camera flash, but I see it so often that the photographers actually do it wrong. They either have the person against like trees and they look just like cardboard cutouts or something. For me, the best way of doing this is to get yourself low and come up at an angle so that you can make the sky much more dramatic, for instance, and really create something special, because it really does look like a cardboard cutout if you're just photographing with off-camera flash and they're against something like a wall or against something like, you know, like trees. And if you have the flash too flat onto them, it looks even worse. Whereas this here has got a lovely angle. You'll actually see we've got some beautiful shadow down the left-hand side here, down the left-hand side of the body. And all the highlights are down the right, which look absolutely fantastic. And the key thing for me is the person that was holding the flash for me, I was desperate for it not to spill onto anything else, because if it had spilled onto anything else, I think it was going to really spoil the shot. So we were very careful about how we did that. Now I got to say that the delegates on the workshop were absolutely thrilled by this, and seeing it actually happening, you know, and seeing it on the back of the camera, which is like just incredibly important to be able to do this. And the only way you can do this is by taking meter readings, for your initial reading from the highlights of that incredibly hard sun in Lanzarote. And secondly, taking a flash meter reading from the Ranger light to make sure that we're getting to f16, okay? But then dropping the shutter speed down to that thousandth of a second from 125th to give this fantastic, fantastic effect. I don't really think there's much else I need to say about this picture, guys. I hope you enjoyed the story behind it. I hope that you will subscribe to the channel to get more of this stuff. I've got loads and loads of pictures coming up to discuss. Give us a comment, give us a like, click the notification bell. And if you want to check out my photography website, it's kennethmartinphotography.com. And if you want to check out my training website, it's studiodoctor.co.uk. I really appreciate you guys being with me here today, and I will see you on the next one.